81. Also, if you are traveling on 40 around the Nashville area, we've got some rain out there too. Not snow, it is rain. But look at this, I-75 going south into South Georgia, crossing over the state line into Florida. That's where the really heavy rain is. And that low pressure down there has just been stealing all the moisture this morning. Look at these estimated rainfall totals. When you get to these yellows on this map, we're talking about 2-3 inches of rain, and in some cases, it came down in the matter of hours. So there was some flash flood concerns earlier today in the Florida Panhandle. Now here's the low, and you can see the moisture from the Gulf of Mexico getting sucked in, also from the Atlantic side as well. But you're noticing up here in Atlanta, where Mike is, that air is traveling south towards that low. That low is gathering all the moisture. So Mike, it looks like we're going to escape the heaviest of rain in Atlanta today.
We are. It's going to be just cloudy, dreary. We've got east winds gusting over 25 miles an hour. So there is a chill out here, upper 30s for the wind chill. Check the temperatures holding steady all day, mid 40s right on through this evening. And again, on and off rainfall. Won't be the steady rain primarily that we had this morning for the evening rush hour. And if you're wondering about the weekend, Jen, good outdoors weekend. Not as warm as last weekend. Tomorrow, 47, but Sunday, not bad. 59 degrees, which is 7 degrees above average to wrap up the final weekend, or the final full weekend of the month. Jen?
It looks fantastic for the Hot Chocolate 15K, which I'll be running down there at Turner Field with tens of thousands of others. So Mike, thank you for that great forecast. We do have to go south though, and where we have all that moisture and all that rain this morning right along the Gulf Coast, we also have the chance for severe weather. Alexandra has more on that.
Yeah, that's right. So here's a look at what we're going to see. You just saw all the rain there coming down. We've already seen 1 inch to 2 inches, more than that expected. But this is where we're delineating the severe weather potential today. Spotty damaging winds and also some isolated hail and even isolated thunderstorms and an isolated tornado. And this is the quadrant of concern here. And look at all this. So we certainly have thunder and lightning out there, kind of waking up early perhaps from Tallahassee to Valdosta. Heavy rain coming down, but there's again the potential for some isolated severe weather later this afternoon particularly, and then we'll see it wind down tonight. So let's track these storms through this afternoon. You can see it does move through pretty quickly. It's a done deal by tonight, and tomorrow we begin to see things clear out. But again, it's the winds. Really, we're going to see some very gusty winds. The potential impacts, the winds, the hail, and again, isolated tornadoes not out of the question, especially right here in the Florida Panhandle and southern Georgia especially, and even portions of Louisiana. So that's where we're going to see it tonight, from Myrtle Beach to Savannah and toward Jacksonville. So severe weather a threat, but Jen and Greg, it's really threading quite a needle here between the rain and the snow line, and who will see what in the Northeast, right?
So true, Alexandra. Yeah. That rain-snow line is going to be so critical. We're all going to be watching it. If you're, in it, you're going to look out the window. If you're not, you're going to watch the radar on your phone or your computer or on the Weather Channel.
Yeah, you're going to be looking out your window. If you're a snow lover and it's raining, you're going to want to say, look for that snow line in the sky and say, come to me. Because that's what I used to do when I wanted snow. I egg it on. I'd say, come to me, please.
All right, so let's time it out. Or let's first talk about how much snow is possible.
Yeah, we're looking at the maximum swath being at 5 to 8 inch range. Really, northwest, I think, of I-95, northwest of Philly, and again through northwestern New Jersey and on into parts of Massachusetts. But I do think it includes Boston. Closer to the coast you get, notice, Jen, the totals come down, but we're still getting snow all the way to the beach. So,
well, the rain-snow line really matters, though, in these cases, because if for some reason enough cold air gets in that rain-snow line moves a little further to the east, some bigger cities could get in some bigger totals.
You're exactly right. And let's have a look now, beginning, say, later on tonight. We're going to start to see a rain-snow mix move into D.C. And this is sort of a little side note. Watch out, guys. I'm a little concerned about this area, maybe to the northwest of D.C. overnight tonight for the possibility of freezing rain. I'll talk more about that at the bottom of the hour. But right now, we're seeing heavy snow probably break out across parts of northeastern Pennsylvania, northwest Jersey. But Jen, the delineation between the rain and the snow looks about to be like that. And again, a little wiggle could make a lot of difference.
It really could. And when you look at this, it does end as snow.
Yes.
And so we are going to see that transition. It's just the timing of how many hours you spend in rain versus you spend in snow.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that rain-snow line. Let's begin overnight tonight, or say 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. Low pressure will be developing off the Carolina coast. And what we did here, this line, this thick line right here, that's kind of the rain snow line. And these systems tend to form in areas where there's a large temperature contrast. So you're oftentimes going to have cold air battling with warm air, and that rain snow line is going to be kind of in the middle of it.
I just have to throw out the Bear Clinic zone. For all the meteorologists watching, we have to.
That's just the temperature gradient.
Yeah.
Great word. But the idea is that tomorrow morning, the rain snow line, guys, is going to be about like that. And this storm is going to be strengthening very quickly on its way out there. And as it does, it's going to pull that rain snow line to the coast. So that's why everybody's going to go over to snow. And if it happens earlier, you get more snow.
So if you don't want snow, you should be thankful that this thing is moving as fast as it is.
Great point. Because if it were to slow down, and we don't think it will, but if it were to slow down and intensify, then it would have more time to wrap in some cold air on the backside and bring that rain snow line through you and give you more snow. We think it's going to be not quite that way.
All right, Greg, thank you. Alexandra, over to you.
All right, so from the northeast coast to, take a look at this, the coast of Scotland, some incredible video. Now watch this all unfold. A Coast Guard crew races against time. Look at the Coast Guard out there to try and airlift 5 men to safety as their fishing vessel just sinks next to them. Oh, prohibitive scary. All right, also, we mined the Twitterverse for the best weather photos. Want to guess what story you are tweeting about the most? Find out coming up.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. High 79. Winds south-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 70. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday, windy with morning thunderstorms. High 75. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Oh, you're real? You know I'm real. At Discover, we're always here to talk. Good, because I don't have time for machines. Some companies just don't appreciate the power of conversation. You know I like you. I like you too.
At Discover, we treat you like you'd treat you. Get the IT card and talk to a real person.
No pictures of trucks pulling boats. No photos of men working on ranches. Just a Ram 1500 Eco Diesel that gets 156 more miles per tank than the Ford F-150 EcoBoost. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com.
I have the worst cold with this runny nose. I better take something.
Dayquil Cold and Flu doesn't treat your runny nose.
Seriously?
Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold and Cough fights your worst cold symptoms plus your runny nose.
Oh, what a relief it is. Oh yeah, that's going down. Oh, yeah. Let's get some rocks back.
Health can change in a minute. So CVS Health is changing healthcare, making it more accessible and affordable. With walk-in medical care, no appointments needed, and most insurance accepted. Minute Clinic, another innovation from CVS Health. Because health is everything.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
Ring ring?
Progresso.
It's okay that your soup tastes like my homemade.
It's our slow-simmered vegetables and tender white meat chicken.
Apology accepted. I'm watching you, soup people.
Make it Progresso or make it yourself.
Fact. When you take Advil, you get relief right at the site of pain, wherever it is. Advil stops pain right where it starts. Relief doesn't get any better than this. Advil. Fact. Advil liquid gels are faster on tough pain than extra-strength Tylenol. And not only faster, stronger too. Relief doesn't get any better than this. Advil, available at Walmart for a low price every day.
Lucy is the first human to unlock more than 10% of her brain.
Hey!
It's not evolution, it's revolution.
Lucy. Own it on Blu-ray and DVD now.
Nabbed, booked, locked up. Case closed? You don't know ARP. Because the AARP Fraud Watch Network means everyone can protect themselves and their families from scams and identity theft. With local alerts, tips from law enforcement, and the inside scoop from former con artists. Real possibilities to stay ahead of the bad guys. If you don't think beat con men at their own game when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Find more surprising possibilities and get to know us at aarp.org/possibilities.
Service to aisle 3, please. Service to aisle 3.
Children, I am your father.
We all have a Disney side, and the best place to show it is Disney Parks. So come to the place where the entire family can laugh, let loose, and play together. Disney Parks. Come on, it's time to show your Disney side.
Toenail fungus? Don't hide it, fight it with new FDA-approved Jublia. Jublia, efinaconazole 10% topical solution, is a prescription medicine proven to treat fungal infections of the toenails. Use Jublia as instructed by your doctor. Most common side effects include ingrown toenail, application site redness, itching, swelling, burning or stinging, blisters, and pain. Fight it! Ask your doctor now if new Jublia is right for you.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Take a look at this. You've joined Weather Center Live, and look what's happening in the south. Incredibly heavy rain, between 2 and 3 inches falling. It's kind of training over similar areas. So we're really going to get into hefty numbers.
Tallahassee already picked up more than 2 inches of rain this morning. And look at that. There is more building back in. Very heavy rain at that coming into the area, plus lightning and thunder.
All right, so this is all part of a bigger storm system. Of course, there's historic and record rain, snow as well with it. So believe it or not, the hurricane hunters that are, of course, usually active during the hurricane season are also going to fly into the center of this storm.
Our Chris Warren is actually getting to join along with them later today. And he was with us by phone a few minutes ago. He's back again. He's in Biloxi right now, waiting for his flight later today. All right, Chris, we were talking to you about the flight today, and Alexandra had the great question of how did they pick this storm to fly into?
And that is a great question, and frankly, we don't know. That's a question that we have for them. We haven't actually spoken with them yet. I'm saying we because Hurricane Specialist Michael Lowry is along with me. I can tell you both that we are, and both of us are really excited to be doing this and taking part of this mission. I mean, we're going to be with the men and the women of the Air Force who are going to be out there on the front lines of data collection. I mean, as a meteorologist, you know what that means. That is some cool stuff.
Nirvana.
But if you're not a meteorologist, I mean, you're with people that go out there, and we're going to be with the Air Force, I believe. I think we're looking at some NOAA video, but we're going to be with the Air Force, and these are people that they're not worried about our comfort on the flight. They are on a mission. They're going to get there. If we have to go through bumpy air, we're going to go through bumpy air. They're out there. They're going to have to drop the drops on, so taking a profile of the atmosphere, the measurements, the wind, the humidity. This is what we understand and we expect to happen. And then what they're going to do with that, we don't exactly know yet. Likely, what you do in the past, that information goes into the forecast models to help the forecast be better.
And Chris,
but
we can show
sure.
one of the main reasons why we really need this data to go into the models. We need data about not just what's happening on the ground, but all levels of the atmosphere above the ground. And what we're showing is a look at where weather balloons are launched twice a day, every day across the country. And there's no dots over the ocean.
Exactly right. And the ones that look like they're over the ocean are really over land. And think about this. It's like a weather balloon, only it's reversed. They're dropping it and has a little parachute that goes down, and they're measuring the atmosphere. And, again, we're going out. And I've had a chance to work with our servicemen and women, in our armed services, with the Navy at one point. And it is amazing to watch them work when they do their job. What they do is phenomenal. And to be able to do this now with the Air Force, to go out there and to, like I said, be on the front lines, really, of data collection, ahead of a storm that could have major impacts across the Northeast. It's really an honor, and Michael and I are both really excited. And it's going to be a long flight, too.
You know, Chris, you made a great point, and you talk about data collection. You know, Chris compared it to going to the bank when you do a drive-through and you put your money or your checks in the thing, go shake right up, and that's similar to what, but it's obviously going the opposite way. But it kind of gives you a perspective of what the device looks like.
Exactly.
Chris, also, why are they going into winter storms now in addition to tropical? Do they do that often?
Again, I'm not sure. We understand that it's not uncommon, so they do them. That's my guess. But again, we're going to find more when we're briefed in about an hour or so.
All right, Chris Warren, thank you so much. Have fun today on your flight. Stay safe, stay buckled, because no doubt this will be a bumpy ride.
Yeah, 12 hours ensconced in there, right? Yeah. That's what they do.
All right, so this video that we just gave you a taste of in the last block, this rescue at sea from the Coast Guard, this is in Scotland. This is unbelievable. Look at that boat sinking.
All right, so here's what happened. A man's being winched to safety from the sinking vessel, fishing vessel. 4 others jumping into the water as the boat becomes completely submerged, and look at them pulling him out.
So this incident took place earlier this week. It was 48 miles off the Western Isles. 2 of the men were airlifted onto a nearby ship. We'll have more on this coming up.
Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the world's longest-lasting AA battery in high-tech devices. Up to 6 times longer than the other leading brand.
Every Sunday night, we're taking our cameras to 14,000 feet.
This ain't a good place to make a mistake.
With these extreme fortune seekers.
Look how blue that is!
Gambling on the dig of their lives.
This is an absolute extreme situation. If this is my last year on the mountain, be a fine way to go out.
Season 3, Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. High 79. Winds south-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 70. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday, windy with morning thunderstorms. High 75. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The adventures you've been imagining. The heroes you've been admiring. The worlds you've been dreaming of. The thrills you've been craving. The moments you've been missing. The vacation you've been looking for is here. Come and take it. Universal Orlando Resort.
I want my foyer to smell more like a foyer.
I want his bedroom to smell like he's away at boarding school.
Surround yourself with up to 6 hours of luxurious, long-lasting scents. Introducing new Unstoppables Air Refresher.
Hey, guess what day it is?
Hump day!
Hump day! It's hump day! Hey, Mike! Mike!
Guess what day it is? Hey, Camel! Guess what day it is?
It's not even Wednesday.
Let it go, Phil. If you're a camel, you put up with this all the time. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Okay.
Hi, you've reached Emma. I'm out of the office right now, but we'll get back to you just as soon as I possibly can.
Join us for exclusive Discovery at Sea experiences. Princess Cruises, come back new.
So we've had a Tempur-Pedic for a while, but now that we have the adjustable base, it's even better.
I'm gonna go up.
When I put my feet up on this bed, my stress just goes away.
Visit your local retailer and discover how Tempur-Pedic can move you.
I want to win a gold medal, and we have someone who could do that.
Foxcatcher, nominated for 5 Academy Awards.
Think you have the fastest internet? Think again. This is Xfinity. This is your current internet provider. Which do you think is going to download faster?
I'm going to go with what I know.
Ready?
Yes.
Download.
Well,
Xfinity is way faster. That's not even fair.
And we're done. I'm going to go.
I may have to switch to Xfinity.
Get even more of the speed you need with Xfinity Internet from Comcast. Upgrade to get speeds up to 50 megabits per second for just $10 more a month for 12 months. See for yourself. Call or go online today.
The DC-59 Animal is the most powerful cordless vacuum. It's powered by the Dyson Digital Motor, has 2-tier radial cyclone technology, and no loss of suction.
I was completely blown away by how much power it has.
It's balanced for cleaning up high, down low, and in between.
It seamlessly goes through my entire house.
To learn more about the DC-59 Animal, visit Dyson.com/DC-59.
They would take better care of her. Always.
Protect what matters. Get flood insurance.
Every Sunday, the Titans of Weather bring the rain. Geek Out, Sundays at noon on the Weather Channel.
We had to show you more of this Coast Guard rescue video from off the Western Isles of Scotland. I mean, very dramatic rescue as you see the ship sinking, the boat sinking, and the men being rescued, 2 airlifted and moved to another ship. And I know at least one of the men had to be treated for hypothermia as well.
But can you believe they're all alive and they were out fishing and unbelievable?
Now, the thing is, the seas don't look that big right there, right? But we are expecting very large waves and large seas off the eastern coast of the U.S. thanks to this big storm system we're tracking. So storm warnings are up off the East Coast. Gale warnings are up here. Lots of reasons to stay out of the water.
Absolutely. All the way up from Maine down through the coast. So let's bring, of course, in Dr. Greg Postell and talk about what we're seeing here. There's so many aspects to this storm. It's really interesting.
Yeah, you guys are mentioning that it's going to be a strong storm, and that will play a role in how windy it gets. We do think the coastal parts of New England, including Massachusetts, will get very windy with this storm Iola. But you know what? It's not the only one, because there's another storm system coming on Iola's heels, right?
Yeah, that really will be a snowmaker.
Yes, that's right. This one will have a little bit of colder air mass to deal with. Let's look at the globe, and guys, let's talk us through it.
So we have Iola, and that's going to be the first one, and that grabs our attention this weekend. But we can't rest on our laurels, because even once this ends and we'll get a day break, there is another one coming in right behind it, a Clipper.
Yeah, and Alexandra and Jen, that's right. This is a Clipper system, and those Clipper systems in the northwest flow of the jet stream often have some colder air to work with. So I don't think we'll be dealing a whole lot of rain, snow lines with that one. Right. The question is, how much precipitation are we going to get?
The thing about Clippers is they don't usually bring a ton of snow. It's usually light snow. But what could make this one different?
If there's secondary development off the coast, we got to watch for that always. But you know, with Iola, we will have very significant development off the coast this weekend. And let's go to the first storm. Let's deal with first things first, right? So let's go to Iola right now. And this is a map for how much snow we think is going to occur here with the storm. And we've got really a 5 to 8 inch zone all the way from, I would say, Boston, really, through Hartford, and then northwest of New York City. So significant snow likely this weekend, coming really in earnest later on Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. I don't want to discount this possibility too, the ice, because I think this has a shot at producing some freezing rain and icing problems, especially tomorrow morning, northwest of D.C., but not far from there, maybe getting just northwest of Philly and into northern Jersey and not far from New York City. I'll be talking more about this at the top of the hour, so stay tuned, because this could be an issue that may be creeping up on some people. We're sort of still thinking about the snow, but it's also nice.
And you know, it's a subtle thing too, because we're expecting rain and snow. People might look outside and think their driveway is just wet, but it could be freezing rain, so we need to caution that.
Yeah, let's watch for that. And then we can say eventually, probably late on Saturday night, we can say goodbye to Iola and the weather charts. It takes off and goes in the Canadian Maritimes. But another swirly at upper levels on the weather charts is about ready to come into the scene, and coming in stage left, and it will likely, along that northwesterly track, drop some snow across the upper Great Lakes and Midwest. Look at 3 to 5. Alexandra, that's right. There's snow in a little swath like that. And Jen, we have to watch this because it may impact the Northeast also down the line.
You know, one thing's amazing, maybe we'll talk about it later, that we've got a bombogenesis, right? We're in the heart of winter and we're talking rain-snow lines. It's really unbelievable.
Yeah,
incongruous.
That's right. Sometimes when the storms get really strong, they kind of mix things together. They bring a little bit, they get too big for their britches, right? They bring in some warm air and the cold. So
yeah, and all that warmth in Canada too, some record warmth, and so that's kind of impacting it.
It's all there. Yeah. It's all related.
It's all amazing. Speaking of amazing, you all have sent some fantastic pictures. Keep them coming. This first one is from Tonya in North Texas. A sunrise this morning. Oh, wow.
That's pretty. Look at those clouds.
Altocumulus?
Yeah, cirro altocumulus.
Yes.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Mackerel sky.
Oh, a mackerel sky. You got that correct. All right, also let's take you to Worcester, Massachusetts. The beautiful morning, kind of indicative of what's to come.
Yes.
Right, Worcester might be a big winner with the snow totals. 5 to 8, good place for them.
I think so.
I think their biggest so far, biggest snowfall has been, what, 5.5 or close to 6, 5.8, something like that. So you could top that with this one. And then from El Paso, Texas, Katie sent in this great picture. People on Twitter were loving this one. Just a perfectly snow-covered tree all the way in South Texas in El Paso.
Oh, beautiful. All right, we'll be back in a couple minutes, and of course we'll talk about all this storm, the snow and the rain, and who gets what and
We'll see
when.
you right back here in 60 seconds.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. High 79. Winds south-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 70. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday, windy with morning thunderstorms. High 75. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Impressive Iola. This is a dynamic winter storm that will impact millions today and this weekend.
All right, we're talking thunderstorms, possibly a foot of snow for some. We are in the lab tracking every aspect.
Yeah, we're going to have the hour-by-hour details for the weekend weather, guys, so stay tuned. It's all here on Weather Center Live.
It is Friday and a snowy weekend for many in the Northeast, so that's kind of fun. I haven't had a lot of those lately. Thank you for being here. I'm Alexandra Steele.
And I'm Jen Carfagna. We are in the lab, joined by our storm specialist, Dr. Greg Postel. He's going to break down the timing of this Winter Storm Iola, as it tracks into the Northeast. But we have to start with what's happening right now, which is the soaking rain in the south.
Yeah, we've seen so much rain. You can see it there on the right. You can see Atlanta, Georgia on the left. It's 45, feeling like 38 out there. Really a tough go on the roads. A lot of fog out there this morning. And to the right, there you can see the bigger picture, especially to the south. For the most part, rain has kind of moved eastward, Jen. But look at the south and all of that heavy rain in southeast Georgia and Panhandle.
There's a ton of it, inches of it, actually. In the Atlanta area, it's been a wet rush hour. We're going to check in with Mike Seidel, who is out there on the roads. So, Mike, how are things going? Has it been a slow rush hour?
It hasn't been too bad, but we just saw one of those State Farm vehicles pacing the traffic heading north, and it's slowing down. We're seeing the brake lights here on the downtown connector, I should say southbound. So there must be an accident ahead of us, ahead of this traffic, so they're slowing everybody down. They just went past us just a few minutes ago, and that's what you have to worry about. Wet roadways, they're slippery. They're not icy, but you still have to give yourself extra distance. As far as the rain, we're going to have on and off showers through the afternoon. It's this biting east to northeast wind. We had all this warm weather earlier this week, temperatures in the mid-60s, and now it comes back. And you have to remember, Jen, it is actually still January here in Atlanta, and the average high 52. We're at 46 right now. The airports had about 30 outbound flights delayed. That's only 2% of their normal Friday schedule. Jen?
Which really isn't that bad. All right, Mike, I want to come back to you in a second, but let me show the radar. And you mentioned that east wind. You know, I have no love at all for the east wind. It is making it dreary in Atlanta, and I'm going to actually talk about that east-northeast wind in a moment. But first, let me just give you a quick radar tour where we've got the rain out there heading in towards Nashville, a steady, very cold rain. It's a steady rain on 16 towards Savannah. Your weekend getaway there, or Charleston, is a washout for today anyway. This is the kind of rain that's tracking in through the southeast. New Orleans, when you look at the radar accumulations and you see these yellows on here, this means inches of rain has fallen, and we've seen reports of inches in and around parts of Texas yesterday. It was a daily rainfall record for several cities. But again, watch this low and watch all the air moving into it from the Gulf of Mexico, from the Atlantic, and then up here in northern Georgia from the Atlanta area, the winds coming from the east or northeast, sending that air down through the south. So Mike, it looks like in Atlanta we're going to miss some of the worst of the rainfall, the heaviest of the rain, but still it's Friday. We want to time it out.
Yeah, we're going to time it out here. First, let me take you north to Cobb County, where a lot of us at the Weather Channel, we work and live there. This is Piedmont and Sandy Plains. We're looking from Sandy Plains, and we're looking westbound on Piedmont. Notice the roads are wet. I don't know if you can see the car wash in the corner. That's a car wash I often go to. And boy, last week and the week before, they didn't get any work in. They were not happy with the cold weather and the rain, and they had some nice weather this week. Hourly forecast, no car wash today, except from the atmosphere. We're going to have on and off rain showers right on through this evening and for the rush hour, Jen, but a sunny weekend heading to 60 by Sunday. Back to you, Jen.
Sounds good to me. Now, in the south, we do have some other concerns. Besides the rain, there's actually the threat for severe weather. Alexandra has more on that.
All right, boy, this system certainly has it all, Jen, doesn't it? The heavy rain here in the south, and of course, you know, Jen just showed you all the rain, the double digits we've seen, how much rain we've seen so far. Here's a look at the current radar in terms of where we are with the showers and the thunderstorms, the lightning. Look at all the lightning we've got in the southeast. So a rough go on the roads, traveling on I-10. You can see kind of all moving eastward. So really, from north central Florida, you will be impacted today and then through tonight. So some of the severe components to this will be maybe some very gusty winds, hail, and even isolated tornadoes. That threat kind of dies down tonight, but it certainly will be through this afternoon. And you can see it all clears out by tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to see a much different scenario. Today, the potential impacts you can see from Dothan, Alabama to Mobile along Panama City toward Tallahassee. That's where kind of the greatest threat is. Spotty hail, the damaging winds, and the isolated tornadoes. And then, Jen, it shifts all to the east as we head toward tonight and then moves out for Saturday.
And you know where it goes. It moves over right along the coast of the east coast of the U.S., and it's going to be a very strong low pressure that bombs out. Greg, so let's talk about that and what it's going to mean for the Northeast.
Yeah, when you talk about bombing out, you're talking about the pressure dropping very quickly with this low pressure system. So it's going to get very strong with a lot of strong winds. Most of those strong winds will be offshore, but still coastal Massachusetts could get wind gusts up for 50. But watch out for heavy snow on this map in that swath in purple. That's 5 to 8, Jen.
All right, so we're looking for that here. You know, northern and western suburbs of all of our big cities along I-95 are the spots that will get it.
Let's time it out now. Beginning really this afternoon, watch out for a little bit of a mixture of rain and snow, perhaps getting close to D.C. this afternoon. And then overnight tonight, and we'll talk more about this at the bottom of the hour, watch out for freezing rain not too far away from D.C., maybe particularly to the northwest of there, and in northwest of Philly and northwest Jersey. Freezing rain, that means rain coming down and freezing on contact. That's a problem. But of course, northwest of there, watch out for bands of heavy snow developing overnight tonight and tomorrow morning. It could be snowing really hard there along that zone.
You know, if you just look at New York City, I've been watching New York City as you advance this map through. There'll be a time where you start maybe as freezing rain or snow, but then change over to rain and then change back to snow.
And then back to snow, right?
Yeah.
As this thing, as you were mentioning, bombing out, right? Oh, out over here, I would say south of Nova Scotia with the low pressure going that way, it is going to bring on its backside some colder air, and that's why we're getting the rain changing over to snow as the cold air moves in from the northwest.
All right, Greg, and causing all of this is two things, really. One is which is a very strong jet stream.
That's part of the problem, and you know, there's a lot of mechanisms at play, but you can see some of that action on the satellite pictures, and we'll talk about that coming up at the back, I guess at B, right? 10 after the hour.
Yes, we will. Now, the exact track, of course, will be very important. It will determine who gets rain, who gets snow in the Northeast, and that means that big cities like New York are on alert. We're going to break down Iola's timing as the Northeast prepares for a wintry weekend.
Introducing a PM pain reliever that dares to work all the way until the AM. New Aleve PM, the only one to combine a safe sleep aid plus the 12-hour strength of Aleve.
Why do you want to shop Walmart's new selection of stylish frames? Because you need a surprisingly low price to match that surprising new look.
Oh, sorry. My ringtone.
The new frames and new styles you want are at the Walmart Vision Center, starting at $58. Walmart.
For most people, earning cash back ends here at the purchase. But there's a new card in town. Introducing the Citi Double Cash Card. It lets you earn cash back when you buy and again as you pay. That's cash back twice. It's cash back with a side of cash back. The Citi Double Cash Card, the only card that lets you earn cash back twice on every purchase, with 1% when you buy and 1% as you pay. With 2 ways to earn, it makes a lot of other cards seem one-sided.
Does anybody know how I can get a small business loan fast?
I'm a chef.
I'm a stylist.
I sell tires for your car.
I'm a doc in private practice.
That's my name above that bar.
Rapid Advance.
Help my business grow.
Rapid Advance. They didn't say no. Rapid Advance.
I got approval in a day.
Rapid Advance. I got my money right away.
With Rapid, there's no hassles. No credit checks galore.
You just need to be in business for a year or more.
Call 877-GO-RAPID or visit rapidadvance.com. Get up to $300,000 in just days. 877-GO-RAPID.
Rapid Advance. They didn't say no. Rapid Advance. They help your business grow.
Call 877-GO-RAPID or rapidadvance.com.
Your money's here.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. High 79. Winds south-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 70. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday, windy with morning thunderstorms. High 75. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel. Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait. Try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
Right now, you could get a great deal on a 2015 Honda Pilot.
But can it pass my Tuesday test?
What's your Tuesday test? So that's your Tuesday?
Yeah. Tuesdays are pretty slow.
The Honda Pilot clearance event is happening now. Hurry in to get a great deal on a 2015 Pilot, built to handle even your busiest days.
Why do you want to get everybody Spring Valley vitamins from Walmart? Because you need him to feel healthy for your big reunion. Because you need to feel the moves, not the ears.
Dance Team Captain 94.
And because you need Grandpa to feel like he has more energy than they do. Shop the whole line of Spring Valley vitamins now. Only at Walmart.com and Walmart.
All right, the Northeast is waiting for Winter Storm Iola, snow and rain, maybe even some freezing rain to get there this weekend.
All right, so Reagan Medji is following the preps for the storm from the New Jersey Turnpike in Woodbridge.
That's right, guys. You know, people are just kind of monitoring at this point for the New Jersey Department of Transportation. I just got off the phone with them. They said that they are indeed monitoring the forecast as it comes in. We're along the side of the New Jersey Turnpike and I-95. If you take a look at that, much different 24 hours from now because it's going to be snow covered. And the DOT here in New Jersey says, you know, they're going to be watching this forecast. They're going to be finalizing their plans later today. Now, if we look at New York City, now remember, New York City has a population of 8.4 million people. I got off the phone with the emergency management people there, and they said they're having the conference call right now with the National Weather Service discussing plans, what they're going to do. When, you know, the snow falls, they have to make sure that they have all their agencies in line to remove the snow and make sure that this heavily traveled area is good to go. But the question is, what is the timing of this storm? Jen, I believe you have that.
Yeah, the timing is really critical, too, because you don't want to put salt down and then it rains and washes all of that away, right? So let's talk first about how many hours we're going to get of rain versus snow versus a mix in our big cities in the Northeast. For Philly, 11 hours of rain, but we're going to have a little bit of rain-snow mix and then 7 hours of snow. Compare that to New York and to Boston. And Boston in particular, you look at this, everyone gets a decent amount of time with the snow, but Boston gets the least amount of time with plain old rain or that rain-snow mix. So that's important to notice that when we get to the totals, the how much snow you're going to get, Boston will end up being the big winner, simply just because of time spent underneath the snow. Let's look at Philadelphia, and we've got the forecast here for you. The northern and western suburbs, like usual, will get some of the bigger totals, 5 to 8. Back up to the New York City area, again, northern and west of town, up like Patterson, 5 to 8 inches of snow. And Boston overall, we're going to see more, even in town, 5 to 8 inches. Framingham, Lowell, Fitchburg will no doubt be getting the bigger numbers. Reagan, you know, we look at what just 2 days ago we were dealing with a Clipper system come through here. Is there any kind of salt residue left on the roads from that system there?
Yeah, well, you know, the DOT in Jersey says there is still salt on the roadways, but if we head down to Phil, we talk about the pre-treating. We have a dash cam, or a tower cam up, rather, to show you the Philadelphia area. The DOT officials down there say, hey, you know what, we're already pre-treating. We've done it last night. We're doing it throughout the day. At 1:30 this afternoon, they're going to have their plans in place because they think 8 or 9 o'clock tonight, that might be their golden ticket to start moving those trucks. Guys, back to you.
Reagan, thank you for that.
Well, the storm is going to be a bomb, and we're talking bombogenesis, right?
Yeah, we've already mentioned it, Greg. Here, let's really zoom into what this means.
Yeah, what we're talking about, the weather bomb is basically the rapid development of low pressure, the strengthening very quickly. And that term, bomb, refers to a weather system, a low pressure system that drops more than 24 millibars in 24 hours. And this is going to do that. It's going to exceed that by quite a bit. But it's not that uncommon, and it particularly happens off the east coast of the U.S., where we already have strong temperature contrasts, which are very helpful in doing this kind of process.
But when you get a storm like this, what does it mean for the weather?
Yes, it means, well, at first order, I think of winds. When I think of something getting very strong like that, I think of strong low pressure, strong change in pressure. Look at all those lines. Those are isobars, lines of equal pressure. And when they're tight like that, that means you're going to have strong winds. So we're going to have a lot of strong winds available at the surface. So on the coast of Massachusetts, for example, wind gusts over 50. But it's also going to be strong enough to bring a lot of snow into play in parts of southeastern New England.
Right. I mean, when you have all of these winds and this air coming into this low and air is rising, that's got to mean that we get some air falling somewhere else, and that's going to come in the form of some rain and snow.
That's exactly right. And the low pressure is going to be on a track like that, guys. And because it's so strong, it's going to be wrapping in cold air on the backside, and that's why we're going to get snow to the coast coast this time around. Not like we've seen a whole lot of that this year. Right.
All right, so we'll talk about some numbers. Thank you so much, Greg. Who will get the rain and the snow and how much we'll actually see again?
Yeah, a lot of details still to discern for you, and we will. We also want to shift to the potential of significant snow throughout the Northeast. More on that.
He trains. He's psyched. Ready for the knockout? You don't know ARP. He's staying in shape by keeping his brain healthy and focused with AARP's Staying Sharp. With online mind-sharpening exercises developed by the top minds in brain science, and exercise and stress reduction tips that can impact brain health. So he's ready for the real possibilities ahead. If you don't think top of my game when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Find more surprising possibilities and get to know us at aarp.org/possibilities.
Gonna wash the dust off my soul. Gonna listen to some rock and roll. No cares, come what may. I'm making a beautiful day.
You're only young once, unless you have a Subaru.
The Subaru XV Crosstrek. Symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 34 mpg. Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Why do you want to shop Walmart's new selection of stylish frames? Because you need a surprisingly low price to match that surprising new look.
Oh, sorry. My ringtone.
The new frames and new styles you want are at the Walmart Vision Center, starting at $58. Walmart.
I have the flu with a runny nose. Better take something.
Theraflu Severe Cold won't treat your runny nose.
Really?
Alka-Seltzer Severe Cold and Flu relieves your worst flu symptoms plus runny nose.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Now is the time to experience the freedom of guided travel with Colette. Marvel at iconic landmarks. Savor delicious meals. Come to know new cultures and make new friends. Across all 7 continents, enjoy immersive itineraries featuring experiences you can only find with Colette. All you have to do is embrace the adventure. To order your free brochure, call 855-713-8687. Experience the best in guided travel.
Thrilled to have Jim Cantore on the show. He's been through like 80 tropical systems.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here. And that's just Sam.
I am the luckiest woman in the world because I was one of the first people to sail on Bahamas Paradise Cruise Line's beautiful Grand Celebration, the newest cruise to the Bahamas and by far the best cruise ship to ever sail from the port of Palm Beach. With 2 nights on the ship, great food, lots of pampering, a spectacular day in the Bahamas, and prices from just $149, you can get lucky too by calling 800-814-7100 today. I had so much fun that the next time I take a 2-night cruise, I'm going to add a 2-night stay in the Bahamas at a beautiful resort with soft white sand beaches and crystal clear water. This 4-night Bahamas cruise and resort stay package is the best vacation value anywhere. So what are you waiting for? Call 800-814-7100. That's 800-814-7100. And let the fun begin.
There's no obligation, and you can receive a decision in minutes. Visit us online at ondeck.com today. Every Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. High 79. Winds south-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 70. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday, windy with morning thunderstorms. High 75. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Winter storm Iola got its start in New Mexico and Texas. Look at this. This was our 9th named storm of the season, and Amarillo, we're watching in 14 seconds your 13 inches of snow. Look at that. Very fun to watch. So this ended up being your 5th snowiest January day on record, Alex.
Yeah, you know, they had more snow than places that usually get snow combined, like St. Louis and other places like that. So, you know, it's really been incredibly snowy in Amarillo, Texas. But what about other places in the South? How about a few? Nashville, Asheville, Louisville, you could see it. So let me time it out. So here's the storm, and here's Nashville today into tomorrow. Again, it's rain. This is so temperature contingent. When you look at the radar picture, it's kind of like the northern fringe of the rain shield kind of butting up against just the cold air. So it's like that thin little line. So how about 3 in the morning, some snow showers. It'll just be wet snow, not really accumulating, but Knoxville, look at you. Snow and rain in the morning, and then as we head to 8 to 10, some snow showers there, and you can see the temperatures. So Louisville, similar scenario overnight tonight and into the morning. Because watch, here's the radar through today and into tonight, and then this is where the snow will be. We've talked a lot about the snow, of course, from the northeast, but on the southern side of it, Beckley, West Virginia, so eastern Carolinas and western North Carolina, you've got a little snow in your forecast, a wet snow, but still you're going to see some early in the morning. All right, it's a fine line between the rain and the snow in the northeast, isn't it, Jen?
In the northeast it is. In the south, though, it's all rain right now. We've got a lot of it, and thunderstorms too. So we're watching this area, say east of Panama City, over towards Tallahassee, up into South Georgia. This is where we're seeing the lightning and thunder right now. Now this is the area that we're concerned about the possibility of severe weather. Been monitoring it. None of the storm cells have showed any severe signs just yet, but there is that chance in the red zone today. Watching this concern again for severe weather. There might even be a few water spouts today that may spin up a little briefly and move on shore, becoming tornadoes. That's what we need to watch and worry about. You know, back on December 23rd, when a tornado hit the small Mississippi town of Columbia, Christmas celebrations quickly turned into a time of hard work and reflection, not just for its victims, but also the first response team of America. Maria LaRosa has the story.
Christmas morning in Columbia, Mississippi, and Linda Bolton's family has gathered not to open gifts around the tree, but to salvage them from the rubble.
We've lost everything. The toys for your children, the gifts for your wives, or husband, whatever the case may be. When that wind came through, man, it took everything.
Linda was inside her home as it was ravaged by the EF3 tornado just 2 days before Christmas.
I've never seen nothing like it. You just think that's it. You really think that's the end.
Her home was one of 12 lived in by close relatives along this half-mile stretch of road. Every one of them was damaged or destroyed by the storm.
It wiped us completely out. You know, some people can take a loss and go to their other family member's house, but we all live around each other.
Soon after the tornado struck, the First Response Team of America began a 17-hour, 1,000-mile drive from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and arrived in Columbia on Christmas Eve.
I just knew that on Christmas morning, people were going to be out in their rubble. I wanted my team to be here for these families.
On Christmas Day, the team went to work for the Boltons, sacrificing their holiday to help the family start over.
When they see it being cleaned up and the rubble being removed, they instantly begin to find hope.
That's just a blessing. I mean, you just can't find, you don't find people like that every day.
While this was far from a typical Christmas, the Bolton family received a precious gift, one that didn't come boxed and wrapped in a bow.
The lives that are here, that means more than the gifts that were lost. It makes Christmas better, it really does.
All right, well, coming up on Weather Center Live, a heart-pounding rescue at sea. 5 fishermen in the water, 1 rescue helicopter, and the boat is sinking fast. You won't believe this video. It is ocean drama, and we'll unfold it for you. Coming up, and of course, we time out the big storm in the Northeast.
Responding by storm, powered by Ram trucks. Guts, glory, Ram.
Every truck can tow a boat. Every truck can climb a hill. Every truck can haul a trailer. But not everyone can say they're the fastest growing truck brand in America. Guts, glory, Ram.
Hello, I'm an Idaho potato farmer, and our big Idaho potato truck is still missing. So my buddy here is going to help me find it. Here we go! It's out there somewhere, spreading the word about America's favorite potato, heart-healthy Idaho potatoes, and the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women campaign. If you see it, I hope you'll let us know. Always look for the Grown in Idaho seal.
Introducing a PM pain reliever that dares to work all the way until the AM. New Aleve PM, the only one to combine a safe sleep aid plus the 12-hour strength of Aleve.
Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the world's longest-lasting AA battery in high-tech devices. Up to 6 times longer than the other leading brand.
We're almost there. If your bladder is calling the shots, you may have a medical condition called overactive bladder, or OAB.
Again? But we just went.
Ask your doctor about Myrbetriq, Mirabegron, to treat the OAB symptoms of urgency, frequency, and leakage.
Seriously? It's time to go to the doctor.
Myrbetriq is the first and only medicine in its class for OAB.
Myrbetriq may increase your blood pressure. Myrbetriq may increase your chances of not being able to empty your bladder. Tell your doctor right away if you have trouble emptying your bladder or have a weak urine stream. Myrbetriq may affect or be affected by other medications. So tell your doctor about all the medicines you take. Before taking Myrbetriq, tell your doctor if you have liver or kidney problems. Common side effects include increased blood pressure, common cold symptoms, urinary tract infection, and headache.
If your overactive bladder is calling the shots, ask your doctor about Myrbetriq. Visit mybladder.com to see if you're eligible for a year's worth of savings on Myrbetriq.
You don't know your credit score?
I don't know my credit score.
That's really important. I mean,
I don't know my credit score.
Don't you want to buy a house, like, ever? You should probably check out Credit Karma. It's free.
Credit Karma. Free.
Credit Karma. Really free credit scores.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. High 79. Winds south-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 70. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday, windy with morning thunderstorms. High 75. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
This picture came from Amarillo, Texas. Donna sent this in of the fresh snow here in Amarillo yesterday. So if you're cold, this almost looks like, make this look like a beach in your mind, can't you? All this nice white sand. No, not so much, Alexander. How about this?
All right, to Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic, thank you so much for sending this beautiful sunrise. All right, keep those pictures coming. You know, Jen, we're talking about 45 million people being impacted by this. So if you are one, we would love to see your photos, right?
That's right. Keep them coming right through the weekend. You're going to have lots of chances to take great weather pictures. Now, we've got a lot going on today. today. We are tracking Winter Storm Iola. Thanks for staying with us right here on Weather Center Live. I'm Jen Carfagno.
And alongside Jen, I'm Alexandra Steele. And you know, Jen, what we saw at Amarillo was just kind of this storm in its infancy. So 45 million people have yet to be impacted by rain and snow and even severe weather potentially.
Exactly. There's a lot of pieces coming together, and it starts today with the rain in the south that we've been tracking. Mike Seidel has been out there on the roads in Atlanta for the rush hour, which we've gotten through without any major issues. Mike, what's it like out there now? What's the temperature? What's the wind? What's the rain situation?
It is cold out here. Well, not as cold as it will be tomorrow when I'm covering the snow up in the Northeast, but we're at 45, 46 degrees. It's been steady there for 4 or 5 hours. I think last check at Hartsfield, 46. Winds are running east at 20 miles an hour. We've been gusting over 25, so we've got a wind chill down in the mid-30s, and the rain has come back in. We're looking at the downtown connector. Traffic is moving fine. I know last half hour we were watching things slowing down southbound because of an accident. Now the traffic is moving fine through Midtown Atlanta, but no doubt this area will pack in towards lunchtime and also for the afternoon rush hour, and we will still have some rain around. Airport is running in pretty good shape. No delays from the FAA on the big board, but I did check the FAA. I did check the Hartsfield boards, and right now we've got about 30 flights out of Atlanta on delay. That's a very small percentage, about 2% of the flights. Jen, what about the rain as it stands now? I know the heaviest rain so far has been to our south in the Panhandle where they had those flash flood watches.
Exactly. I actually want to show you what's happening in Atlanta, Mike, and then we'll get back to Mike in a second, but I need to show you what the radar looks like right now. You know, Mike was talking about the rain picking up. It's about to pick up a little bit more because this is tracking right in over him. Not the heaviest of rain, but it's heavier than he's seen for the last hour or so. We also have rain out there up towards Nashville, and I've been watching your northern burbs, Nashville. You might get a few big wet flakes mixing in there, but no big deal just yet. This rain in the south has been tremendous. I-75, eventually that moves over to I-95. We're watching for that. And that rain, especially in South Georgia, in the Florida Panhandle, has been very heavy, has a real history of being inches of rain. And we are going to be watching that area kind of steal the scene, Mike. So you are going to get a little pickup in the rain here for maybe the next half hour. But really, the worst of the rain, the heaviest of the rain is south of you.
It is. So we've had about an inch so far at ATL. Well, that's what we were expecting, and that rain will be backing off. Let's take a look at 10th Street and the connector. That's just a bit south of here. And as I mentioned, and you can see from my vantage point too, that here as we head towards lunchtime, everything is moving fine. And fortunately, we were not anywhere near freezing this morning. Oh my gosh, that would have been a horrible start to our Friday commute. Here's that forecast again. Through the afternoon, on and off showers like we had. The temperatures are going nowhere. We're going to stay in the mid-40s. So a raw, chilly day. That rain ends later on tonight, and then we dry out nicely. Tomorrow afternoon, Jen, sunny, 47, and Sunday, the bellwether of the weekend. Beautiful, beautiful weather. 59, 60 degrees if we're lucky, and sunny skies. Jen, we'll talk to you tomorrow from the Northeast in the snow from Iona.
I can't wait to see your scenes, Mike. I mean, I know all the troubles that big snowstorms cause, but it certainly does make for a pretty picture. So we'll see Mike in the snow tomorrow. In the meantime, we have another aspect of this storm we need to track, and it's not just the rain that you saw with Mike. There's actually the chance for severe weather. Alexander has more on that.
Yeah, right, Jen. You know, you talk so much about the rain, but it's south of that heavy rain and south of Atlanta, Georgia. This is where we're going to see some thunderstorms. So today and into tonight, that's when the potential for severe weather is, and millions here will be impacted in Florida, of course, along the Gulf Coast and also through the Panhandle. Here's where that heavy rain is. You know, you can see it's not quite as heavy to the north, but look at this swath coming off the Gulf, Valdosta to Tallahassee, Apalachicola, this I-10. This is where we've seen the heaviest of rain, expecting on the whole maybe 2 to 3 to 4 inches. Some of these really locally heavy downpours. Here's the timing of it, though. It all moves off the coast. You can see a few lines, kind of the tail end of it on Saturday. But your weekend in Florida will be beautiful, but chilly. But behind that, here's where we'll see tonight. Now, here are the threats in Tallahassee and in Jacksonville and Savannah and Albany, Georgia. Spotty hail, some very strong winds potentially. And from tonight and into tomorrow, again, there is that threat for an isolated tornado. Jacksonville, you can see from tonight, wet conditions, thunder, and then again, we clear it on out. So we're talking the rain here in the south, but in the north, Greg and Jen, kind of you're threading the needle between rain and snow really quite carefully.
literally that rain-snow line is going to be like threading the needle, and that's what we're going to need to watch to determine who gets what and how much snow out of this.
Yeah, you know, we were just talking about this. When you look at the snowfall accumulation map that we've got for the Northeast, you can kind of get a sense for where the rain-snow line is going to be, at least for a little while, right? Because the heaviest totals are along and perhaps just north of I-95. So, you know, for at least a little while, I think the rain-snow line will be straddling something like that, not far away from New York City. But, Jen, as you accurately mentioned, it's going to move and it's going to get to the coast, meaning it's going to snow to the coast later on Saturday.
I mean, I think this represents how many hours you're going to spend in the snow, and that's what's going to matter. The longer you spend in the snow, the more you're going to get.
And it's not just snow. We've got some ice issues, too. And I think this is
sneaky, you know?
Very sneaky. I was looking at some of the data a couple hours ago, and there's a pretty high chance of some icing, perhaps up to 1/10 of an inch in that zone there, northwest of D.C. But D.C., you're not out of it, and just a little northwest of Philly. But, guys, we saw that last weekend. Remember, stay tuned to the Weather Channel. I'll be here tomorrow morning. A lot of us will be here talking about what's ongoing, and if we do deal with ice, we'll cover it for you.
I do want to talk about the timing of that ice, too, because it's important to people who are getting going early on a Saturday morning, right? Will we see any icing overnight tonight?
Possibly. I mean, some of the models are spitting out at 8 o'clock tonight. That area in purple, that's freezing rain. Rain coming down and then freezing where the temperature is right at or just below 32. And then we might see a little bit of an expansion of that overnight tonight across parts of the mid-Atlantic, including northwest Jersey. But I think there, even in D.C., it's going to go over to rain tomorrow morning, and then it'll become more of a snowy thing, I think, in southern New England as we move through the afternoon.
So this is Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock here. You are in South Jersey, and you are looking out the window, and you are watching the rain change over to big, fat snowflakes.
How about that? It's the Jersey coast, right? Wouldn't that be great? I mean, they haven't seen very much of it this year. This storm could definitely double what you've already gotten all season long.
And that's the thing about all of our Northeast cities. Really, we've been in a snow drought as of late, running below average for sure, and biggest storms being 5 or maybe 6 inches at best for some of spots up here.
Let's look at the rain snow line, Jen, because this is going to be a tricky one, and follow it if you can, sort of hour by hour as we go through the morning hours tomorrow. And that thick line is the rain snow line, but it's a good thing, I'm telling you, that this storm is moving quickly out of the way, because as it moves away, drags that rain snow line all the way to the beach and brings the snow to the coast. But if this storm were a little bit slower, we would get a ton more snow.
Yes, for sure. All right, Greg, thank you for that great analysis. Alexandra, over to you.
All right, thank you very much. Well, you know who's not slow? The Coast Guard. Take a look at this. Some amazing rescue photos and video. Look at this. This is off the coast of Scotland. Watch it unfold here. A Coast Guard crew races against time. You can see them in there, fishermen in a boat. They airlift the 5 men to safety as their fishing vessel sinks while they're in the process of getting lifted. We'll show you that in completion coming up. Plus, we mine the Twitterverse for the best weather photos. Hey, you want to guess the story you're tweeting pics the most? Well, we've got the answer for you coming up. Meet you back here right after the break.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. High 79. Winds south-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 70. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday, windy with morning thunderstorms. High 75. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
It may seem strange, but people really can love their laxative, especially when it's Miralax. It hydrates, eases, and softens to unblock your system naturally, so you have peace of mind from start to finish. Love your laxative, Miralax.
Huh. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more in car insurance.
Everybody knows that.
Well, did you know that former pro football player Ickey Woods will celebrate almost anything?
Number 44. Woo! 44, that's me!
Get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts.
Woo! Give me some!
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
44, ladies, that's me! Woo! Gonna get some cold cuts today.
This new year, imagine yourself with skin so clear and beautiful, you feel confident to go after all the things you want. New relationship, dream job, good times with friends. Sound like a good year? Then start now with Proactive Plus, our revolutionary acne treatment that can fix your skin.
That's a huge difference. Look at that. Proactive Plus makes me feel amazingly beautiful.
Proactive Plus is dermatologist developed to help seek out and fix problem areas on your skin. And it's proven to work 4 times faster than the leading prescription. So if you want results, count on it.
This product is doing it. I started seeing results with Proactive Plus within the first week.
This new year, fix your skin. Order Proactive Plus for only $29.95 and we'll rush you 3 free gifts. Results guaranteed or your money back. Plus, shipping is free. Go to proactive.com/2015 now.
I use Proactive Plus every day. Like, I literally use this stuff.
You know, some people have told me reverse mortgages sound too good to be true. I mean, you get cash out of your home, no monthly payments, and still own your home. There's got to be a catch, right, Jesse? Well, there isn't. It's like any other mortgage, only with a reverse mortgage, the loan's paid back when the last borrower leaves the home. In fact, reverse mortgages are based on a notion that President Reagan signed into law over 25 years ago in order to help seniors remain in their homes. If you're 62 or older and own your own home, you may qualify for a government-insured reverse mortgage with AAG that allows you to turn the equity in your home into tax-free cash. And with AAG, there are never any income or credit score requirements.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive a new free information kit, including a reverse mortgage guide and DVD, personal stories from people like you, and a brand new family guide for children and loved ones, all absolutely free with no obligation.
AAG can help you pay off credit card debt, eliminate monthly mortgage payments, and provide some real retirement security.
Call 1-800-661-0312 today to get your free AAG reverse mortgage information kit and bonus DVD.
In the kits, you'll receive a helpful 3-part guide. The first will show you how a government-insured reverse mortgage allows you to access the equity in your home as tax-free cash. 500,000 people have already done it. The second booklet contains stories told by people just like you who've had their lives changed forever using a reverse mortgage. And the third guide is full of helpful answers and information for children and loved ones.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free.
There's simply an effective way for folks just like you to get the cash you need to enjoy your retirement.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free. Call 1-800-661-0312 now.
AAG, the best advice for a better life.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back into Weather Center Live. You are looking live at some very heavy rain in the southeast from Tallahassee to Valdosta. That line along I-10, some showers, thunderstorms, some very heavy rain being put down, too.
This is all part of our big storm system from Winter Storm Iola, and there is a rainy side, and that's what we're looking at right here. But everything comes together eventually off the east coast of the U.S., and it's going to move up into the northeast, and that's when we really see, I think, the full brunt of everything. For now, for today, the rain is really taking over as the headline, and you can see just look at those thunder and lightning that we're tracking. More than 3,500 lightning strikes in the last hour here, right across the Gulf of Mexico.
And you can see the watch now that has been put up as well in the Gulf. So, of course, we're watching that. There's the big picture. We're going to watch the rain move through today. It kind of moves off the coast by tomorrow. But, of course, we've got the snow in the northeast that is developing, and you don't see that on the radar yet, but you will.
But there's signs. Look, even the southern Appalachians,
that's right. Nashville, Asheville, you got some snow coming your way, too.
So, you know, we're in the heart of cold and flu season. Everyone's coughing. If you notice a slight tickle in your nose, a full-bodied violent sneeze may follow.
All right, so in this edition of Brainstorm, Sam Champion shows us how our body actually creates powerful self-defense mechanisms.
Every time you breathe in through your nose, more than 100,000 tiny particles can enter the body. These particles come from many sources like dust, pollen, bacteria, and even viruses. And they can be as small as 400 thousandths of an inch in diameter, or about 1,000 times smaller than a grain of sand. As these tiny specks enter the nasal cavity, most are blocked by your nose hair and cilia, microscopic hair-like filters that are found throughout the respiratory system. But some particles can reach the sensitive upper nasal mucosal lining, where irritants like these tiny specks can cause the release of histamine. Histamine unleashes a signal that travels to the brainstem's medulla in less than 2 milliseconds, triggering a type of sneeze center in the brain. Once this sneeze center is activated, the body choreographs a sequence of events to try and remove the irritation as quickly as possible. First, fluid is secreted in the nose and mouth, while the larynx traps and pressurizes air in the lungs. Next, nearly 50 muscles in the eyes, mouth, throat, chest, and abdomen contract simultaneously. This forces air out of the body at speeds of up to 100 miles an hour. That's the same wind speed as a Category 2 hurricane. As this blast of air removes the irritant, it can also catapult about 5,000 droplets of moisture from your nose and spread it around as far as 200 feet. That's far enough to go from the back seat of a 747 aircraft right to the cockpit. And now you've been brainstormed. Sam Champion, The Weather Channel.
That was completely disgusting and awesome at the same time, wasn't it? Oh, wow.
All right,
no wonder this is widespread.
Right? You know, and that's why I teach kids now to sneeze into their arms. So here's the cold and flu tracker. You can see where we've got widespread, you know, and it seems there's been a lot of buzz this year about the virus that was created for this strain doesn't seem to be actually taking.
Yes.
So people have gotten, you know.
The vaccine, yeah.
Right, the vaccine hasn't, it kind of didn't coalesce very well with the expectation for what it would.
I mean, how can we escape it with the force of that sneeze, really, right? We can't get away.
If you're in first class, you're going to get it from the guy in the back of the bus.
Exactly. Right. All right, so that's an amazing look at sneezing and the cold and flu tracker. But we have some amazing weather images that have been coming into us. This one in particular, this is a rescue at sea off the coast of Scotland. Take a look at this.
This is the shipping vessel, and you can see that. And of course, there's the Coast Guard pulling up the guys. There's 5 guys. Look at this guy. There you go. And while the vessel is sinking, this is all happening concurrently.
This is just unbelievable when you watch this in motion. 5 men were rescued. I think 2 of them were treated for hypothermia. But they all made it off the vessel, and you're just watching the waves and the water overtake this vessel as the Coast Guard rescues these men.
Wow. Can you believe that they all survived? And you know, they might have a little cold now.
We'll keep it right here. We're going to continue to show you more amazing images, and we are watching Winter Storm Iola in the making, going to affect 45 million people this weekend.
In a variety of ways, from the rain to the snow. We've got it after the break.
Rainstorm brought to you by Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold and Cough.
I have the flu with a runny nose. Better take something.
Theraflu Severe Cold won't treat your runny nose.
Really?
Alka-Seltzer Severe Cold and Flu relieves your worst flu symptoms plus runny nose.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Mommy!
Why do you want to shop Walmart's new selection of stylish frames? Because you need a surprisingly low price to match that surprising new look.
Oh, sorry. My ringtone.
The new frames and new styles you want are at the Walmart Vision Center, starting at $58. Walmart.
At the end of the day, my hands are beat up.
Especially during the winter times, hands are splitting, cracking, making it very difficult to do my job.
O'Keeffe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for dry hands that crack and split.
Best stuff we've ever used.
It just works.
Learn more at workinghands.com.
Atlantic Beach, Florida.
Oh, love it.
Home of Louisiana.
Oh, fantastic food. Carefree, Arkansas.
Been there.
Looneyville, Texas.
Done that. Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Phil and I go way back. Love that little animal.
Starting Monday, Jim Cantori joins Sam Champion and Jennifer Delgado on AMHQ.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here, and that's just Sam.
Weekday mornings at 7, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. High 79. Winds south-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 70. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday, windy with morning thunderstorms. High 75. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Earning unlimited cash back on purchases, that's a win. But imagine earning it twice. Introducing the Citi Double Cash Card. It lets you earn cash back twice. Once when you buy, and again as you pay. It's cash back, then cash back again. And that's a cash back win-win. The Citi Double Cash Card, the only card that lets you earn cash back twice on every purchase. With 1% when you buy and 1% as you pay. With 2 ways to earn, it makes a lot of other cards seem one-sided.
This game day, fun harder with Totino's Pizza Rolls.
Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
Attention accident victims.
If you or a loved one has been injured in any kind of accident, you may be eligible for substantial compensation. Don't wait to file your claim. Time is limited. Call now and let a local experienced attorney fight to get you money for your injuries.
If you have been injured in an accident, time is limited to file a claim, so act now. The call and consultation are free.
Call 1-800-307-9899.
Attention accident victims.
If you or a loved one has been injured in any kind of accident, you may be eligible for substantial compensation. Don't wait to file your claim. Time is limited. Call now and let a local experienced attorney fight to get you money for your injuries.
If you have been injured in an accident, time is limited to file a claim, so act.
But we're almost there. If your bladder is calling the shots, you may have a medical condition called overactive bladder, or OAB.
Again? But we just went.
Ask your doctor about Myrbetriq, Mirabegron, to treat the OAB symptoms of urgency, frequency, and leakage.
Seriously? It's time to go to the doctor.
Myrbetriq is the first and only medicine in its class for OAB.
Myrbetriq may increase your blood pressure. Myrbetriq may increase your chances of not being able to empty your bladder. Tell your doctor right away if you have trouble emptying your bladder or have a weak urine stream. Myrbetriq may affect or be affected by other medications, so tell your doctor about all the medicines you take. Before taking Myrbetriq, tell your doctor if you have liver or kidney problems. Common side effects include increased blood pressure, common cold symptoms, urinary tract infection, and headache.
If your overactive bladder is calling the shots, ask your doctor about Myrbetriq. Visit mybladder.com to see if you're eligible for a year's worth of savings on Myrbetriq.
314-8013.
Ride on the most treacherous highway in the world to experience the high risk of heavy rescue. Highway Through Hell, Sundays at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. 10 before the top of the hour. Time for a very important winter weather update.
We are tracking Winter Storm Iola. It's going to have a big impact. 45 million people will feel something. We've got flood watches. We've got winter weather advisories. We've got winter weather watches, marine warnings. I mean, we literally have everything on the map with this, Greg. So let's break down how this is all going to play out.
Yeah, and we not only have one, we've got another one, right? So if we look at this global view here that we can show you, to show you Iola, which is the storm that's going to be with us really later on today and tonight in earnest in the Northeast. But there's another one on its heels, and let's look at the globe. This is a cool way to look
we can
at
pop it up.
And this will be a Monday for sure snowmaker. No real rain snow line happening for the Northeast on Monday.
Alexandra and Jen, I think you're right, because this one will have a little bit more cold air to work with. It won't be battling so much that warm, cold dividing line. This is going to be solidly colder, and we think better chances for snow. And there it is on Monday. It gets to not the very different place than where Iola is going to be tomorrow.
Well, that's what's fascinating about the second one coming in. You know, Iola, we know, is a big deal, and there's some uncertainty with it. The second one's a clipper, and you might think you know clippers and how they behave, but this one might actually be a little overachiever.
We have to watch it very closely, because it's going to get over the Gulf Stream, and a lot of times when the systems get over the Gulf Stream this time of year, they can explode very quickly. Let's go now turn our attention to step one. We got to work our way through this, because Iola is the one right in front of our eyes. Can't neglect that one. So there's the snowfall forecast that we've got. That stripe of purple is a 5 to 8 inch swath, and that really is largely northwest of I-95. But guys, you know what? There's also an ice threat.
Yeah, kind of a hidden little threat in there among all the snow around it.
That concerns me, because, you know, these can creep up on you with little warning. So stay tuned to the Weather Channel, because we'll have all the latest updates on the current radars and current temperatures all across this region in the Northeast. Those areas shaded in light blue have a high probability in the next 24 hours of getting in excess of 1/10 of an inch of ice. Notice it's not far from New York. It's not far from D.C. It's not far from Harrisburg. So hang tight, guys. This is a messy storm. But in the upper level weather charts tomorrow, there is the culprit of Iola really heading out to sea very quickly. Good news there, because otherwise it would be a lot worse.
I mean, it all works together, right? The fact that it's moving so quickly has all this energy. This jet stream energy is going to help, you know, steer it out to sea, but it's the jet stream energy which is going to also help develop it too.
That's exactly right, and exactly right. So you have to have the good with the bad with Iola. But look at this little guy I circled here. The jet stream is shaped like that, so this is going to come in to kind of fill its shoes. The question is, will it fill it?
Literally.
Is it going to do it? Is it going to repeat? I don't know. We'll see. We do know it's going to bring a swath of at least 1 to 3, maybe some 3 to 5 in there, just southeast of Chicago. This is really late Sunday and Monday morning. So it's not very much of a separation there.
Right, you have 2 snowstorms in, 3 days.
And in all of these cities, really, they've seen such a paltry amount of snow this winter. Within a 3-day period, they'll see more than they've seen the whole winter so far.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. We were talking about a snow drought right in the Northeast. They're going to get some with Iola, and they may get another round with this new one coming in. So here's how it all breaks out. We can sort of step by step our way through this on Sunday. There's an area, perhaps moderate snow through Chicago, parts of the northern Ohio Valley. Then on Sunday night, guys, it goes to the East Coast with the usual set of ingredients. We've got snow, a mixture, and even rain on the south. And look, it's not just Sunday night, but it is also on Monday. Monday morning's rush could be tricky in the very same places.
This is system number 2. So we've got Iola to deal with tonight, Saturday.
And then that's the Sunday, Monday time frame.
Exactly.
Rapid succession, guys.
No days off for you, that's for sure.
I'll be busy.
All right. Thank you so much,
We are
Greg.
tracking it all. Greg, thank you.
All right, some beautiful pictures, though, coming in, too, from sunrises to sunsets to beautiful things this morning. Look at that mackerel sky in North Texas.
Oh, Tonya sent this in. Thank you for that. It's a gorgeous start to your day today here. Another one, sunrise from Dee in Worcester, Massachusetts. This is going to look a whole lot different tomorrow. I can't wait to see it.
And this might be one of the real snow winners, the Worcesters of the world, Providence. You know, finally really going to get into that 5 to 8 inches of snow.
So, Dee, take this same picture, but with snow, so we can compare it side by side.
And we'll abut them, and it'll look cool. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful Friday, everyone.
Weather Center Live continues in just 60 seconds. Stay right here.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. High 79. Winds south-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 70. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday, windy with morning thunderstorms. High 75. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Right now, the big question question, will it or won't it? We're tracking, timing, and analyzing the mystery surrounding Winter Storm Iola's impacts as we help you prepare for the weekend.
This two-faced storm is very intriguing. Right now, the rainy and what could turn into the severe side, and what's to come. We're keeping all eyes up and down the East Coast. Snow and ice could be big problems for you in the coming days. Thank you so much for joining us here on Weather Center Live. I'm Alex Wallace.
And I'm Vivian Brown. Now, Alex, we are in for a wild weekend. Let me tell you, many uncertainties surrounding Winter Storm Iola, so let's get right to it. Atlanta, you're paying big time today for that stretch of sunny, warm days earlier this week. A very wet and chilly Friday playing out across the metro area, all courtesy now of Winter Storm Iola. Nearly 1 inch of rain has already fallen, and a lot of this could be sticking around right on through the wee hours of tomorrow morning. Here's Alex with more.
All right, let's track it here for you because, as you mentioned, it is just not a very pleasant time across parts of the South. We've got rain, storms. This will be lingering through at least our tomorrow out there. So what's going on? Well, we've got this big disturbance hanging out here for us, moving its way across the southern plains, Texas. And out ahead of it at the surface, an area of low pressure tracking right along the Gulf Coast, and moisture that is flowing in from the Gulf of Mexico. All the ingredients necessary to bring us some of the rain. So a pretty wide shield of it here stretching across the southeast. We've got some wet weather here across Tennessee, sliding into portions of the Carolinas, Georgia, as well as North Florida. Let's get a little bit closer. Here we are looking into South Carolina, seeing some of those showers around Columbia. You get into some of the higher terrain in western portions of North Carolina where it's chilly enough, you start to run into a little bit of wintry weather there. But it's all rain and storms. You see the lightning strike showing up here across the panhandle of Florida, working its way eastbound. Eventually, Jacksonville, you'll be getting into that. And that's the general area we'll be focusing on, the greatest threat for strong to severe storms. Anywhere in that red, damaging wind, hail, a threat out there for us. So as we time things out, more rain spreading its way through the Carolinas through this evening. And then heads up, late tonight, overnight, there could be some stronger storms, a line that tries to work its way towards that I-4 corridor. And some of those storms could be a bit on the nasty side. So if you're camping out there, make sure you know what's happening and abreast of the weather situation. Vivian?
Well, as you mentioned, Alex, rain is the big story of Iola today, and they're seeing lots of it from the Gulf Coast all the way to the Carolinas. Our own meteorologist